In a peaceful valley surrounded by towering mountains, there lived a young shepherd named Kian. Every day he took his flock to graze in the meadow and spent hours admiring the world around him. Yet, despite the beauty of his surroundings, Kian was not happy. Kian often heard the echoes of his voice bounce off the mountains. He imagined these echoes belonged to someone else, someone stronger, braver, and more skilled than him. One morning, Kian climbed to the base of the tallest mountain and shouted, "I wish I were better. I'm not good enough." The mountain echoed back, "Not good enough, not good enough." Hearing this, Kian's heart sank. He believed the echo confirmed his fears. He spent his days comparing himself to others in the village: the baker who made perfect bread, the woodcutter who chopped with precision, and the storyteller who captivated everyone. Kian felt small and insignificant. One day, while grazing his sheep, Kian saw an old traveler passing through the valley. The traveler, carrying nothing but a walking stick and a bag of herbs, looked at Kian and asked, "Why do you seem so troubled, young man?" Kian sighed and explained his struggle, how the mountains echoed his thoughts of not being good enough. The traveler chuckled and said, "Let me show you something." He led Kian to a nearby cliff and asked him to shout his name. Kian hesitated but finally shouted, "Kian." The echo returned, "Kian, Kian." "Now shout something kind about yourself," the traveler encouraged. Kian thought for a moment and said softly, "I am kind and hard-working." The mountain responded, "Kind and hard-working, kind and hard-working." Kian's eyes widened. "The mountains only repeat what I say." The traveler smiled. "Exactly. The echoes are your own words reflecting back at you. When you speak harshly about yourself, the world feels harsh. But when you recognize your strengths, the world mirrors your kindness. The mountains aren't judging you, you are." Kian realized he had been creating his own misery by comparing himself to others and feeding his insecurities. From that day forward, he started speaking positively about himself. He celebrated his care for his sheep, his knowledge of the valley, and his quiet strength. Over time, Kian no longer worried about what others could do. He focused on what made him unique, and his confidence grew like the wildflowers in the meadow. Moral: stop comparing yourself to others, for your value lies in your unique qualities. The world reflects what you believe about yourself, so speak kindly to yourself and embrace your own strengths.